Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and welcome to another very exciting episode of IFP Connect, brought to you by Inside Football Pakistan and powered by Maidan. I'm your host, Haider, and today we have a very special guest joining us all the way from the Burnley, UK, Fazaldinhioes Khan. Just to give a small introduction, Fazaldinho, who's not a new name in Pakistani football, is a very passionate visionary for Spartax Solutions, who happen to own the club Spartax FC. Fazal sir, thank you for so much finally for joining us. It's a great pleasure to finally have you on board. How are you doing today?
Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah Ahad for giving me the opportunity to come on the podcast and talk to you guys and talk to the Pakistan nation as well about the current situation, past situation, and what the future holds for Pakistan as well.
Yes, sir. So basically, so of course, before we get into so many things and so many discussions, firstly, of course, coming all the way from Burnley, from the UK, coming into a place and from having homegrown roots in Swat. So, we've been recently seeing a lot of excitement when it comes to Spartax FC, particularly because we're seeing so many participations in so many different events. But before all the events, before all the results, I want to go back a bit. So I want to know, so for example, you're playing XYZ tournament, you played the Peshawar Premier League. I want to know, what can you tell us about Spartax FC? Like, how did this come to be? And what has the journey been like so far? Because, for someone like me, for someone who's like right now in Islamabad, what inspired you to base this club from Swat, and how did that come up for, just how it came to be? Because for us, it's like, it's just taking a massive, such an incredible, people are like taking notice of it. So what's the journey behind it? What's the story behind Spartax FC?
So it's funny because it all started off 4 years ago when I come to Pakistan in COVID, and I was only there to drop the family off. And all the airlines got closed down for 6 months. And I was stuck in Swat for 6 months, and there was nothing to do. Everything was closed. But because, see, Swat is a Ghair Alaka area where they don't follow no rules. So besides the shops and everything being closed, everyone came out to the football pitch. They said, listen, we don't care if it's COVID, we're playing football. So I went to check it out to see what's the situation. I looked and I saw, you know what, there's a bit of talent here, and there's a crowd here. And I thought, okay. So for the first 2 years, so 20 and 2021, part of 2022, I started sponsoring a lot of the teams and a lot of the people and the clubs and various different academies in Swat. If I can give them a bit of a boost financially, where we can take that to a good level, a good stage. And then after 2.5 years, I realized that, the money that I'm pumping into these academies and teams are not really being worked on, and is being pocketed. So I decided what I'm going to do is make my own academy, make my own team, get it out there. And my idea was that if there's departments out there, hopefully any of the departments can pick up the players. And I've got the links in England. I've got all the football agents in England. I look after 12 football clubs in England at security. I've got the team everywhere. And hopefully, if there's a player that can be good enough to play at a good level in England, hopefully I can bring him over. So, and that's where Spartax came from. And the name Spartax is my security company in England. And I wanted a name where nobody contests it, nobody can say that, they're using our logo, our name. So I did it in such a way like it's a spark, something new for everyone to say, whoa, what's this? So we started
that was
off,
all of us.
we started off in Pakistan, in Swat, and this is amazing what I did, because bear in mind, this is all going out of my own pocket. So we recruited, we took on 18 football players. So in Swat, there's about 80 odd teams. We did a trial in every area and village in Swat, and we picked out the best players. We wanted to pick like a Real Madrid elite team. We picked out the best players in Swat, got them together, and we said, look, this is what we're going to do. We're not going to play no football in Swat because I've got all the best players. Let's go outside Swat. Let's show the people out there that for 10 years, we've not shown our face outside Swat. Let's see what we've got to offer. And then we started off in Bunair and Mardan and Kohat and Peshawar and Islamabad. We've been all over.
Yeah.
our best part of the journey with the people of Swat was the PFF. So Harun Malik organized a futsal tournament all over Pakistan, and the one
Yeah, in
in
Peshawar.
KPK. The one
Yeah,
in
Peshawar.
Peshawar, we were the finalists, even though winning 4-1 with 10 minutes to go and losing it gave a really good name for Spartax was born from that game, from that tournament, because one of the players was like player of the tournament and he got headlined by a lot of the teams. And from that, and one thing amazing about Spartax as well was every player was getting paid monthly salary from
That's
myself,
amazing.
even the management, the coaches. Also, on top of payment, we were giving them monthly food packs to the house that would look after their families for the whole month. So that if any player was going out to play football, the families can say, you know what, he's getting paid. He's getting looked after. All the food's coming in the house. Your rice, your flour, your ghee, your sugar, your everything was coming in monthly packages. Everybody was, the team was really, really happy. Football boots and clothing coming from England, the best brand, every high quality stuff. If anyone knows me personally, they will tell you Fazal will never buy second-hand stuff. It's always high quality, high brand stuff I will get for the players and the management.
I have gotten a very good report at that. It's been amazing. Even to the point you hired physios for the players. They had a whole
Absolutely.
for the Peshawar.
Absolutely.
So moving forward, sir. So moving forward. Because this is of course happening right now. I want to know what are the long-term projects and plans for Spartax FC because, as you know, we're kind of looking always around what is going on in Pakistan football में क्या चल रहा है. We're hearing about a certain rumor that in all of the local tournaments in Pakistan, Niyal Azmabad is a very big tournament, as you know. We're hearing about a possible merger between Spartax FC and Karachi's very own Abdul FC. So we're hearing about a lot of projects, but what can you give us on this?
So if we look at football at the moment in Pakistan, there's no department football. The department we all look up to WAPDA, the KRLs and the army. We all look forward to them. However, because there is no departmental football, then it's the likes of your Dara 90, your Spartax, your Abdul FC, and your kind of renowned teams like that. That's what the locals want to look forward to. So what we decided to do after a year of having Spartax for the locals, we decided for the branding of my company in England, for the security, let's go international. Let's get all these superstars in and let's go out there and let's make ourselves known to Pakistan. And we did it in a Peshawar Premier League. If you know, we had like 90% of Pakistan players in there.
Alamgir, Mansoor Khan, even my favorite Mohammad Riaz, who I saw for such a while.
Mohammad Riaz was there, Wakal Baloch was there, they were all in there. And unfortunately, obviously, football's all about winning and losing. And we, unfortunately, after 120 minutes battling in their half, Muslim Chaman scored one scrappy goal. Thanks to Faridullah, who I proper love. I love that. I proper love him. And he scored. I was really happy for him for scoring. And we unfortunately lost that tournament. However, it doesn't stop us from working forward. And Shazib reached out to say that, look, there's a big tournament in Karachi. Is massive. Spartax has never really been involved anywhere down Karachi. But I said to him, look, I'm going to struggle to get my representative down there because I've already opened a stadium and an academy in Swat and we all focuses on that. So I said, what I can do is if we can contribute and sponsor Abdul FC, bring in the players that we had at Peshawar, plus Faridullah, who can score. Okay, hopefully we'll have a strong team for this Karachi tournament, and that's what we're doing. We're going on big. We want to make it really nice, and everyone we want love and support from everybody, and that's what we're doing.
Of course. So now, brilliantly summed up with the words, and of course, we're really looking forward to it, and IFP will definitely be there to cover it. Moving forward, now, of course, as you know, the men's team hasn't really played, but the women's team has been recently giving in results. They played SAF, they drew against Bangladesh, and etc., etc. And of course, they recently drew against Saudi. There's a player, of course, in that women's national team, which you brought in, who goes by the name of Sana Mehdi, who I've spoken to countless times, and we've had great discussions about football. She told me that you were basically the one who kind of identified and brought her into this whole Pakistan women's national team, tryout, you could say, or you could say you were instrumental in identifying and bringing her to the women's national team. So can you just quickly give us a walkthrough of how was it like, where you saw and found Sana and how you happened to bring her here?
So Senna's been my student since the age of 5. So I was the religious teacher to her and her brothers in Senna's house, and it was a private tuition. And Senna's gonna kill me for this, but Senna used to get bullied by her brothers every time in class, and this was funny. And I said to Senna, "Listen, the only way you're gonna take your anger out is on the football pitch." And as from 5-6-year-old Sana, we used to play football, and her brothers are amazing. Listen, they're an amazing family. Sana's father, one of the best players in Burnley, the Asians have ever seen. So it runs in the family. And if you look at Sana's brothers, they're really good footballers as well. So Sana already had that raw talent in her. She just needed to bring it out, and she started from grassroots, playing with her brothers, playing with us, and then slowly in the private school, she was part of the girls' football team. And then once she finished high school, she thought, you know what, I've been playing really good football and I can go further and playing. So the seller's father put her in Accrington Stanley, where she played majority of her career, and she played some really good football, top goal scorer year after year. And then Chorley City come in, Chorley FC come in to take her on board, And I realized, I said, if she's got that much potential, I need to reach out to Adil Rizki, who's the national team coach for the women, and Ehsanullah, who's the goalkeeper coach. I need to reach out to him. I don't want to. So I'm a person where I don't say to, okay, I've got someone in, please take them in. They're my friend, whatever. You come in, try them out. If they're good enough for the national team, give them opportunity. So
much needed.
There was a tournament in Karachi. If you remember, Karachi City won.
National Women's Championship.
It was in Islamabad, and I said to Sana and her father, I said, look, this is the opportunity. It's every girl and every boy's dream to play for the national team, and this is a beautiful opportunity. And if you were to get in, it'll open doors for a lot of the girls in the UK and around the country as well. That, if Sana can get in, and there's a door opened up now, so that we are going to try as well. And I'm really glad of Sana that she went and she contributed, she put a lot of effort in, and she got in, and I'm really happy for her.
We're super happy to have Sana on the team. We're just waiting to see her in the midfield now, I guess. And so moving forward, there is slight thing we want to talk about, of course, and it comes down to friendships, because friendships really matter in football. So we've seen you form a very good friendship with Stephen Constantine, who was the men's national team head coach. So can you share us about how that relationship came to be and how it influenced your football endeavors as well?
This podcast has been powered by Maidan. Maidan is a pickup app you can use to play football near you. To quickly go over some of its features, the Match tab will enlist all the relevant details for you, like the location and the time. Lineup tab में आपको confirmed players की list, उनकी peer-to-peer ratings और उनके individual statistics भी नजर आएंगे. You can use this tab to join the team. Ground tab में आपको pitch information भी मिल जाएगी. Head over to the Wall tab to interact with the team. The Maidan app also has a create feature which you can use to book yourself a match anywhere, and also to find yourself a team. The chat feature allows you to speak to other players. Your match stats can be found underneath the stats tab on your profile. हर मैच के बाद आपको एक पोस्ट मैच एनालिसिस का ऑप्शन मिलेगा, जिसमें आप हर प्लेयर को रेट कर सकते हैं. Maidan app also offers you benefits like cashbacks, and live bookings are set to be introduced soon. ये ऐप सिर्फ प्लेयर्स नहीं बल्कि ग्राउंड मैनेजर्स को भी cater करती है. They can use the Maidan dashboard to schedule and keep track of matches. So what are you waiting for? Use the pickup app and find yourself a team, a slot, and go play football, even if your friends are too busy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Stephen Constantine is a gem that unfortunately, Pakistan Federation and the nation failed to polish. If you know about Stephen, so he's the FIFA elite part of the coaching staff, and he's also, an elite trainer as well. And that's one thing I'm upset about. The federation never caught upon, because one thing Stephen could have done for the nation of Pakistan was this: get all the coaches in Pakistan into Islamabad and get Stephen to train them, even though he might not be a qualification that is recognized by the FIFA or AFC.
Workshop.
However, However, a workshop that would have got all the coaches in the country up to standard, and that's what Harun Malik failed to do. And to bring in Stephen at that time, I think it was too early for the federation, especially for the NC. They should have just stuck with the local coaches at that time. Stephen should have come in once we have a federation. That would have suited Stephen very well with the funding and with the blueprint that we have in place, or that is going to be in place for the future coach. I reached out to Stephen in Jordan. So I flew over to watch Pakistan versus Jordan. Unfortunately, we got hammered, but I think it was 6-0 or 5-0. It was, I was one of the only ones in the crowd with about another 10 people, and we got blasted by the crowd. But I was there to support the players, support the coach. I met Stephen in the hotel, offered him my services, because I know in Pakistan, everybody wants to be a leader, everybody wants to be a coach, but nobody's got the qualification. And I thought, with my experience and with my reach, that the people that I know, I can be useful to Stephen. And we met Stephen, and we fell in love with each other, because Faz is the person. He's the person that knows about Pakistan football. He can influence the football of Pakistan, and I need to bring him on board. And we work together, but behind the scene, behind PPF.
We're going to get to that.
A lot. Yeah, we worked a lot behind the scene, and he taught me a lot. He's put me on a lot of courses, and he wants to empower me. That tomorrow, if I was to come along in Pakistan to do something, I want to empower myself before I want to contribute to the nation.
So of course, that is, again, another brilliant sum of words. Of course, Stephen, what he's done for Pakistan, I don't think it'll ever be repeated again, especially because he got the first win. Now we have to go towards a very important discussion, and I feel like a lot of people really want to know this, because Facebook, social media has been very loud, and I just want to know, because there's been a word that about you and your relationship with the PFF, the current NC, and there was talks about how you provided a significant loan to the PFF and you acquired the Wyscout for them. And I just want to know, where do you and the PFF currently stand, and how has that relationship summed up now?
So, okay, like I said, there'd be a lot of rumors going on, but I need to clarify one point. It was where Stephen reached out to say that the only way to improve the situation in Pakistan it is to that if we can get something called Wyscout, where it's a huddle where when the players play, it can monitor them and it can upload their videos straight away online. And this came all about by it all came about Alamgir Ghazi, where I spoke to an agent at Burnley Football Club to bring Alamgir in, not specifically to Burnley Football Club, however, to a lower league, just to get him going. They did all the paperwork. Everything was ready. The only thing that stopped Alamgir was his game time. So they never had enough game time of him in the league in the last 5 years for them to do a visa for him to come over. So Stephen did say that if we have Wyscout for these players, hopefully the future agents can then pick up their playing progress and their video clips, and then hopefully that's a better way for them to get them over to the clubs in Europe and in the UK. So we decided to buy Wyscout from an Australian firm. We didn't pay the PFF, we paid the Australian firm. We signed up for 1 year subscription. There could be an add-on to it as well if it works out really well. Unfortunately, that subscription still to expire in July still hasn't been used till this day, which is unfortunate because we paid a lot of money for that.
Yeah, but because of that whole scenario, so where do you and the PFF currently stand is my question.
No, so it's the NC committee. So I can't blame the NC committee because they had a lot on their hands as it is with hardly any funds. Harun Malik, to be honest with you, him coming on board, he has done his best to stabilize Pakistan football, because over the past 20 years there's been a lot of corruption, there's been a lot of money missing, there's been a lot of mismanagement. Players that could have been pro in proper European leagues and in Europe. Afghanistan and India have got their players out there in Europe. Why can't Pakistan? Why can't Pakistan, we've got the diaspora players out there. Why can't Pakistan nationals living in Pakistan not be out there? It's all down to the way the management has been. And I think Harun Malik, with the less time he's had, with the less opportunities had, he has tried his best to stabilize everything. However, he hasn't filled the supporters and the population's dream of what Pakistan should have been, what they could have been. I think he failed in that aspect.
Of course, because so little time, so many things. It's not just a problem of today. It's been a problem for the last 70 years. So moving forward, of course, the sum up of 70 years, because football Pakistan is in front of you. You've been in the sport for the last 4 years in Pakistan, of course. What are some of the biggest problems you've seen that, these are like the core problems that Pakistan football needs to fix? What are the major challenges in your eyes? So what is your take on this?
There's two. You got to give me a bit of time on this. There's two. The first major one is, if you look at our Congress, okay, the Congress members can't speak English. Unfortunately, they can't speak English. They don't have any knowledge of football. And I'll give you one example. I'm on a course. I'm going to register on a course, and it's called AFC Management and Accounting. Okay. If you look at the details, it's a 12 weeks to about 20 weeks course in that. It needs perfect English and it needs good quality knowledge of football. Unfortunately, you look in the Congress. Okay. I don't think 90% of the people even know what that means. Okay, there's 10% of them that are a bit knowledgeable. They can probably do it. We need educated people in the federation to move Pakistan forward. Even if this new PFF comes in, the new federation, they need people that have the knowledge. They need people that need the skills to actually move Pakistan forward. That's the first problem we've got. PFF needs to look at itself properly, think, okay, these people I'm bringing in the Congress, these people I'm bringing in on board, the finance, this, that, they need to be well educated. That's number one problem we've got, okay? Second problem we've got is Pakistan coaches. Pakistan coaches, listen, if you need to run an academy, you need to have a minimum, at least AFC or UEFA B license.
We've only got 4.
We've only got 4. And if you ask them when was the last time you renewed it? It's been years and years ago. There's only one decent coach that I've seen that is working hard day in, day out, and that is Shehzad Anwar, former coach of Pakistan, former manager of Pakistan. He's the only one that I see that will contribute and will do well. But I think also he needs to come out to England and Germany to renew certain courses. I think he's a good project for the national team. I went to 4 academies in Islamabad. And they're meant to be like the big academies in Pakistan, by the way. I'm not going to mention names. Don't want to upset people. I asked them about their coaching, and they didn't even have a D license, which is foundation, and you're coaching kids, and then you complain why our kids cannot make it to the national team, and it's always Popo FC, amazing. Why is it always Popo FC getting in? It's because we need, as a federation, to get all our coaches qualified at a good level, especially AFCB or UEFA B. Just talking on that, from my side, from Spartax side, I went to Dubai to meet the leaders of CBS. They got a coaching program for all the world football coaches. And I nearly paid almost £10,000 to take 3 people from Pakistan, former international football player Imran Niazi, former national player Syed Rehan from Kohat, and former national player Syed Ghazi from Chitral. I can get them trained at least to a C, and then hopefully take them to Germany, get the B, work on it. But then Stephen stopped me from it, because Stephen said, let the federation come, let the federation do it. And this is what we need. Let the federation come, hopefully get some funding out there for the coaches. And the coaches should be, at this moment of time in Pakistan, not anybody that's played football that said I can be a coach, is the former Pakistan football players that have a good knowledge of the game. You're like your Kalimullah, your Isa Khan, your Rasool from Chitral, these kind of players, Imran Niazi, these are the type of players, the former national players, bring him forward. You got one person, amazing football player. He works in PIA, Haji Muhammad. What a player he was. What is he doing sitting in PIA wasting time? Get him out into the football field. Get him trained up. Get him into one of the PFF academies. These are the players we need to train up for proper coaching. PFF need their own academies, not local academies. Academies from the PFF. Get these coaches trained up and train these kids. Get them out into proper environment.
Of course, a lot of points, a lot of agreeable points, a lot of points that state facts. Because of course, Pakistani football, like I'll tell you, for even my in on sake, like we only have in Islamabad probably Waleed and Shahzad Anwar are the only two coaches. Waleed is a UEFA B licensed coach and Shahzad Anwar is a Pro A licensed coach. In Karachi, we had of course Adil sir, and he's gone to Canada now. And then we had Kareem Karai, who's an A licensed candidate for UEFA. So we just have these four people. It's absurd if you think about it like that. So just the final question of this whole ball game. Where does Pakistan football see Fazal Khan as a major stakeholder in Pakistan football? What is your vision in simple words? What is your vision for the future, and how do you see general stakeholders such as yourself contributing to the beautiful game?
Well, if you look at the future of me, I think I want to become president of Pakistan football, and I'm not saying that because every Pakistani wants to be. And I think, honestly speaking, I think I will do a better job than a lot of people out there. And it's because of all my life being in the professional field of football. I think I have the knowledge. I think I have the right team around me that I can lead Pakistan in the future, not now. In the future, I think I can lead them to greatness. However, currently speaking, I see myself as wanting to come in the federation. If there's opportunity for me, I would like to come and speak to the next leaders that are going to be there as a non-paid member to come in and help out, because I really want to see Pakistan do well, because we get most of it in England. Everyone's saying to us, look at Pakistan, they're ranked 100 and something, 200 and something, you never be footballers. And I want to prove to them, in the next 10, 15 years, I want Pakistan to be up there. I want them to be at least to the 150, 160, what we were years ago, 20, 25 years ago.
But even better than that. We want us to be even better than that.
100%. Listen, we are going to work towards that. And inshallah, a day will come where we will look back and we say, you know what, we were the co-founders of this greatness. And inshallah, that's what we want to do. We want to get a team together and we want to do well. I'm just going to finish off this moment of time, and I'm going to put it out on it, and I know there's going to be a lot of people criticizing me for this, but for this moment of time with the new federation that comes in, I know they haven't got the quality to run the leagues and stuff, but I think a quick fix for now, for the population, for Pakistan football, a franchise league needs to come in. I don't care where it comes from, how it comes in, we need a franchise league.
A lot of debate on that, but of course we're a football deprived nation and we wouldn't want anything in this moment. Of course, these are thoughts for behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
Sir Fazal, thank you so much for coming on board and speaking about all of these things. We of course love when we have stakeholders coming here and talking about Pakistan football, especially considering the current situation. It's not easy for people to give opinions because of how drastic the situation can change. But it was wonderful to have you on board with us, and inshallah we will be seeing you very, very soon in Swat, hopefully. Inshallah. Sir, thank you so much, and I hope you had a wonderful time with us as well. As always, it was a great opportunity to come on. And it was a great opportunity to come on board.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.